First of all, that was a tough loss for anybody, but especially the defending Chaps on Sunday night. And credit to San Diego for doing that, Kevin. But you gave us the big picture takeaway. Now let's dive into the microscope from just this past series, okay? You had Fernando Tatis Jr., coming off the shoulder injury that he's playing through, shortening up his swing. He was slumping a little bit, not slumping anymore. 8 for 18, 5 home runs, 3 stolen bases in the series. The Padres as a whole, it's a throwback group the way they aggressively run the base paths, and they put pressure on teams that way. And you also had the exchange with Tatis Jr. and Trevor Bauer. So what was your favorite part of what we saw on the field?
Watching Tatis take over an entire game, because there's a lot of questions out there. When you give a guy that kind of money with really not a whole lot of resume, but you see the dynamic and just the future of this kid. If he could stay on the field, it's one of the top players in this game, period, end of story. And I don't say that a whole lot, because when you look at guys, I like to see numbers, Pujols and Manny Ramirez and Miguel Cabrera and guys that have done it for 10 to 15 years, you're like, yeah, those guys are stars. We throw out that word, but when you watch this kid, and it's more than just everything he does on that field. He's got a swag and a flair that's humble, but yet confident. It's not like it's in your face. He's smart, a beautiful smile, competes with a smile, competes with talent. The uniforms are unbelievable. You can't get off the yellow and the brown and the pinstripe. So the road uniforms, you're watching how tight his pants are. All of his accessories, the crosses on the face. He's got the hair's perfect. The swing's perfect. His approach is perfect. He gambles at the right time. Defensively, he runs the bases amazing. We've seen him, tag up with on third base, pop ups to mid center to second base. So he's got the whole entire package. And you know why I love him? Because he's always available after the game to talk about it. So I will say that sometimes players get too good, and now let's go put on the mic because you have a job. The PR guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, they need you on whatever station real quick." He's there. Yeah. And believe me, mentally he was drained, and he said that, "I just need to go to bed." But he was there with a smile to explain his dominance in the series. But I'm telling you right now, this kid is beyond special. He's beyond special. There's a lot of great young position players. You watch this kid and lock in on everything he does on the field, beyond special.
He scored 9 of the Padres' 21 runs. That's 23%. And I think we found the answer to the question, the face of baseball, right now. I mean, him and Mookie Betts are the 2 most electrifying players we have in the game right now. Prisoner of the moment? Maybe. But am I wrong? I don't think I am. So Fernando Tatis Jr. on the field was awesome. And
hey, Mike Trout. What's up?
Well, okay.
Hey, how's your elbow? No, you'll be back? No, I know. He just said right now. He didn't say, like, I know, the last MVP. You're either winning or second place the last 5 years. All right, Mike, you give me a call. Uncle Kevin loves you. Bye-bye. What's up? Go ahead, Steve.
46 homers, 158 career days. It's okay. Let's move on. Because to the Bird app, Kev, because there was also some action between these two teams and two stars as well. Trevor Bauer, there was a video put out of Fernando Tatis Jr., one of his home runs. He appeared to kind of look down and maybe look back at the catcher, Will Smith. And Bauer quoted that video with this: "If you need to know what pitch is coming that badly, just ask Daddy nicely next time, Fernando Tatis Jr. You know I ain't scared, homie." And Fernando Tatis Jr. replied, "Tranquilo, hijo," which is unbelievable. But hey, Kev, forget the social media exchanges. I'm here for all of that. I love it. I think both guys are having fun with it and going about things the right way in that regard, and the sport needs it. From a baseball standpoint, there was a lot made of whether it's Fernando Tatis Jr. or any player. There are also videos now circulating of Dodgers players and other players around the big leagues maybe doing that. I feel like that's nothing new. If you can see where the catcher is setting up, I feel like that's fair game.
Yeah, let me just tell you, and J-Mac, just give me a few seconds on this situation, who is our fine producer behind the scenes with the intern Dan Camiotti helping him out, hitting the control buttons. But I'm going to tell you, I heard Mark DeRosa this morning talk about it, okay? Let's be real clear. Miguel Tejada I play with Baltimore. And Miggy, his last thing, he would kind of like lock in, but there was like a glare out to first base. So everybody thought, Miggy's peeking. He never peaked once. So at times, do you feel location? Sure. When catchers used to kind of set up in, you can kind of feel Posada. I could feel when he would come in inside, tight because it's an 0-2, 1-2 pitch and they want to come. Heavy footwork. A guy like Mike Piazza, great. Now we got the whole pat, hit it on the ground. You'll see catchers hit the dirt, and then really it's going to be a fastball up and out or whatever it is. So there's that cat and mouse game that we all feel at the plate. Is Tatis trying to peak for signs? No. With all of the stuff that we've had to deal with the last few years from 17 on about cameras and cheating and track can and blah, 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 blah. Listen, that ain't it. It ain't it. It's an excuse. It's kind of oh, that's why I gave the home run. I mean, speaking of Josh Beckett, you know how many times he called me in Toronto when Vernon Wells would put him up in the third deck on a hanging curveball, and he'd be like, tell me the signs in 2009. You guys have something. There's lights in center. No. Go back to the pitch and look at the hanging curveball you threw, okay? That goes out in the 12-year-old Little League field. Yeah. So execute your pitches, and it's okay. John Smoltz can sit here and go down away fastball. If it's knee-high down away, I don't care if you tell. He can sit here and go like that, just like Bauer said. Ask little daddy. I'll tell you what's coming. That was a great exchange. But I will tell you this. I'm not in on that, okay? D-Rose said Oakley's, guys. I wore Oakley's every single day I played, just like Josh Hamilton said. Blue eyes, a little more sensitive to sunlight. Never did I sit here and go, it's too hard. You're in the batter's box. It's too hard, all that. You could feel catchers. You could feel positioning. If a guy in the middle infield moves over too soon, maybe on a breaking ball because of the pull side, that's different. That's part of that. You got to do your job better. But there was no doubt in my mind I didn't feel like he was peaking at all.
All right, I want to get your perspective as a ball player. We like to have fun on this show, but I like getting you back between the lines, getting that competitive juice flowing. Kevy, I see it. That fire is there with you on 5. I know it is.